Hello, welcome to Mini Model World. I'm Sarah, and in today's video I wanted to talk about dollhouse furniture. So there's not going to be any tips, there's not going to be any DIY, anything about making any doll's house furniture. It's just sort of taking it back to basics and just chatting about the different types of furniture that's available, because I'm relatively new to everything to do with doll houses. When I first started, I had no idea about the differences between the different ranges and scales and that kind of thing. So this is for fellow beginners who want to know a little bit more about what to look for if they're buying dollhouse furniture. So to start with, the furniture at the front, all this white furniture that you can just about see, is 1:12 scale furniture, which means every inch of this doll's house bed, for example, would be the same as 12 inches of a real life bed. So this is a double bed, it's a Streets Ahead one, and this is a single bed in a very similar style that I got from Pretty Little Minis. So this is very standard doll's house furniture, a lot of different retailers sell it. It's quite sturdy. I don't particularly let my kids play with them because they're not really meant for children, but sometimes I can't stop them. Other things in this range that I've bought recently is a fridge. So again, this is from Pretty Little Minis. It's 1:12 scale. It's quite cute. It's got all the little shelves in there, and it's just attached with little hinges made of wire. And the bathroom suite, which I talk about in another video, and a table. Now there's loads of videos where people make things like this. I've not got to that stage yet, but this was only a few pounds from Pretty Little Minis, so at the moment I'm buying the furniture rather than making it. So the next type of doll's house furniture is items I've picked up from either charity shops or antique shops. If you do go looking for doll's house furniture in these places, it can be quite hit and miss. You have to go back quite a lot of times to find anything. This dresser, I think this was about £9 from a local antique shop. I'm not too sure about the colour, but it's very well made. It's something that I think I'm going to upcycle so it matches the rest of my furniture. But that's the kind of thing you pick up. It tends to be quite random, like one chair I got, and I don't know why because it doesn't go with anything else, but I thought it was quite cute. And things like little sets of chairs. This kitchen I got for, I think this was about £10 all in all. And again, to pick up these items, I must have gone back to the same antique shop about 4 or 5 times. And another thing I got from a different shop, actually this was from a doll's house shop, but I have seen these online as well, is a bench and 2 chairs. Again, that's in the 1:12 scale. This kitchen unit, I don't actually know what scale this is. I've tried to measure it and I can't work it out. I think it's maybe 1:18, so similar to the Lundby scale, but it's definitely not 1:12, because if you look at it in comparison to the bed, that was not the right size at all. So this furniture is 1:24 scale, so for every inch of doll's house furniture is 24 inches in real life. And this came with a mini room that I made, so I've just pinched it out of there. So it's made of balsa wood and it comes pre-cut, so you literally just glue it together. But yeah, it's not particularly sturdy, and it's just for show, so none of the doors or drawers open or anything. But it does look good when it's in its little box room. Then we've got Sylvanian family furniture, which is known as calico critters in America. So if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, you'll have probably played with Sylvanian families and furniture at some point. So this is 1:16 scale. So I'll just show you in comparison to the 1:12 bed. See, it's much smaller. It's a single bed as well, but it is much smaller. But I found that this size furniture actually works better in my doll's house than the 1:12 stuff. I've written about this on my blog. I'll link to the blog below about dollhouse scale. And it's very much trial and error. I found nothing seems to fit in my doll's house. So that's Sylvanian furniture. So it's mainly made of plastic. You do get the odd wooden bit. It's quite sturdy because it's made for kids and it lasts for ages, provided you don't stand on it, which is what happened to this. But we've managed to glue it back together. And my kids in particular like playing with this because it's the exact size for the characters. But I'm sure, you know, you can customise it, make it look a bit fancier. It's very sort of 1950s style, it's quite old-fashioned. So moving on next to timpo furniture. Now I'd never heard of timpo until I bought some furniture, again from an antique shop. This came with a job lot with a big Lundby doll's house. and I didn't know what it was, so I went on a forum called Lundby Lovers, which if you're interested in Lundby furniture or dolls' houses or upcycling, anything like that, go onto Facebook and join the Lundby Lovers group, because it's just absolute mine of information. It's been really, really helpful. So this is by a company called Timpo. I think it's from the 80s, judging by it, and it's 1 to 12 scale. So again, just in comparison to this chair, it's just a little bit bigger than this Sylvanian family's one. So this set came with a table and 4 chairs. They don't make them anymore. I've not seen them anywhere else, and there's not a lot of information online. Now, I'm actually selling these on eBay because they just came with a big job lot and they don't really go with my doll's house. So these won't be around for very long, hopefully someone will buy them. So the next furniture I want to talk about is Lundby. Now, Lundby is a very famous doll's house brand that's been on the go since I think the 70s or previous to that, and it's very popular still. There's a lot of people that collect it. Again, if you check out the Lundby Lovers Facebook group, there's so much information on there and incredible things that people are doing to these old doll houses. The company's still going today. You can buy a lot of the stuff on Amazon, as well as toy shops and modelling shops. So this again I got from an antique shop. It was ever so cheap. I think it was about £2 for 4 chairs and a little table. So this is from the Lundby Barton collection. It's 1/18 scale, so Lundby furniture is 1/18, which means for every inch of a doll's house furniture it's 18 inches in real life, so it's quite small. It's one up from the 1 to 24 scale. So Lundby still make little dolls, so I bought these for £20, a set of 4. It's a family of 4, and we've used them once because I realised I just didn't have room for the Lundby dollhouse. But you can see she fits perfectly on there. And yeah, a lot of people go crazy for Lundby stuff, and I can see why. It's super cute. For example, this piano with a stool. Again, this was in the job lot. I'll link to the video of where we unwrap it, and it was just like a treasure trove of tiny little cute things. So there's the piano and a stool. Again, a lot of this I'm selling on eBay just because I don't have the room, and the bed as well. So this is a 1 to 18 scale bed, and in comparison to the 1 to 12 it's much smaller. And if I don't drop them, I'll put them like that. And the 1 to 16, so that's slightly bigger. So you can see it doesn't sound like a lot, but the difference in sizes is actually quite big. And the thing with doll's house scale that I've learned is just to go with what looks right. So my doll's house, the one that I've renovated, is 1 to 12 scale, but this furniture doesn't actually fit in it. So this is a 1 to 12 scale bed and it doesn't fit in the doll's house, it's too big. So the alternative is to use either a single bed as a double bed or just buy a smaller scale bed. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. I'm trying to get the right balance between what size works best in my particular doll's house. So I'll pop a link below to the article I've written about doll's house scale, just to give you more of an idea, because I find it one of the most confusing things about doll's houses. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, so don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos about all things miniature. Bye!